Hi, welcome back to MBA Solutions. I'm Shravan, Assistant Professor, VVCE, MBA Department, Mysuru. If you are not subscribed our channel, please press subscribe button and bell icon for notification. Today, in this video, we are going to learn and understand the different types of transactions that are taking place in the foreign exchange market as well as the settlement dates. We all know that the foreign exchange transactions refers to the sale and purchase of foreign currency. The different types of transactions that are taking place in the forex market are: first is spot transaction, second is forward transaction, third is future transaction, fourth is swap transaction, and fifth is option transaction. Let's discuss and learn all these different types of transactions in detail one by one. First, let us understand what is spot transaction and the settlement day in the spot transaction. Spot transaction is an agreement between two parties where one party is ready to buy and another party is ready to sell for an agreed price. That agreed price usually will be the prevailing price on that particular day. Usually the delivery will be on the spot itself only, or it may take maximum 2 days. So the settlement day in the spot transaction is T plus 2. Let's take an example and understand the spot transaction and the settlement date. Assume two parties A and B entering into a contract where A is giving rupees whereas B is giving dollar. Since A wants to buy $1, now the question is how much A needs to pay in the form of rupees so that he will get $1. Whatever the price that is prevailing on the transaction day, that much rupees that A needs to pay. That means if today $1 cost is 76 rupees, means A needs to pay 76 rupees to get $1. Whatever the transaction that is happening between A and B, or whatever an agreement or a contract that has happened between A and B, where one party is going to buy and another party is going to sell currency of different nations. This transaction is the spot transaction, and whatever the price, that is 76 rupees is there, no, this price is the spot price. When the delivery will be given by B, that maximum today if they are entering into contract means maximum he can give day after tomorrow. So that means the settlement date in the spot transaction is T plus 2. In the spot transaction itself only, we can see another two types of transactions that are taking place, usually done by the large bankers and large forex brokers, which are not allowed for the retail players like you and me. These transactions are TOD transaction and TOM transaction. TOD transaction, that is today transaction, where the exchange of currencies will be done on the same day itself only. You are giving some currency and another person is giving another currency. That transaction has to be done on the same day. That is the TOD transaction. Whereas TOM transaction, that means the exchange of the currencies will take place on the next working day. That is why it is tomorrow transaction. If tomorrow is holiday means it comes to day after tomorrow. So this type of transactions are allowed only for the banks and large forex brokers. It is not allowed for individual people by the RBI. This is TOD and TOM transactions. We all know that in the spot transaction, to exchange the currency, we need to give some currency so that we get another currency. Whatever the price that we are paying to get the another currency, that price will be the prevailing price. And these prices are displayed in the foreign exchange market. And these prices are of two types. One is direct quotation, second is the indirect quotation. First is direct quotation. Direct quotation are also known as American terms. Say for an example, we all know that to get $1 right now the price is 76 rupees. If the quotation, if it is in this form, this is the direct quotation. That means if the quotation are expressed for 1 unit of foreign currency for $1 to home currency price, we need to pay 76 rupees. This type of quotation or direct quotation. Now we'll come to the indirect quotation. Indirect quotations are how much unit of foreign currency we are going to get for our 1 unit of domestic currency. We all know that if we pay 76 rupees, we are going to get $1. But if the quotation are quoted in the form of for 1 rupees, how much dollar that you are going to get? It is 0.0131. If the prices are quoted in this form, it is indirect quotation. Here, for 1 unit of domestic currency, how much unit of foreign currency it is available? This form of quotation is indirect quotation. Now we'll discuss forward transaction and also we'll discuss on the settlement dates. Forward transaction, it is an agreement to buy or sell a specific amount of foreign currency on future date at an agreed price. That future date may be 1 month, 2 months, or it could be 3 months also. Here, when you enter into a contract, you need to pay certain amount as a initial deposit. That initial deposited will be deducted in the final balance when you go for the final settlement. Say for an example, A is entering into a contract with the X person to buy $1,000. Today, the price of $1 is 76 rupees. He wants to purchase $1,000 after 1 month. So he is entering into a contract with the X person saying that I am going to buy $1,000 next month. I will pay you 76 rupees because today the cost of $1 is 76 rupees. I am buying $1,000. So that means I need to pay 76,000 rupees after 1 month. But I need to pay an initial amount. Maybe it could be 5,000 or 10,000 rupees to X person so that X is sure that you are going to buy $1,000 next month. This 5,000 or the 10,000 rupees is the initial amount that you are paying to the X person, making sure that you are going to buy it. After 1 month, irrespective of the price, whether the price of the dollar, if it moves to 78 or 80 rupees, you need to pay only at the rate of 76 rupees itself only. So that means to protect yourself from the price fluctuation, you are entering into a forward contract. This type of forward contract can be seen in India of three types. One, it can be 1 month forward contract, or 2 month forward contract, or 3 month forward contract. Usually in India, majority of the forward contract will be 3 months forward contract only. Now coming to the settlement dates in the forward market, it all depends upon the which type of contract you are entered. If you are entered 1 month forward contract, that means settlement dates will be after 1 month itself only. If it is 2 months, it will be after 2 months itself only. If it is 3 months, the settlement dates will be after 3 months. So that means in the forward contract, the settlement dates will all depends upon the which type of contract that you are entered in the forward market. Now we'll move to the future transaction and we'll analyze the settlement dates over there. The future transaction, it is same as the forward transaction only, but it differs in two aspects. One is the standardization of the contract. Secondly, it is an exchange traded. To understand the forward transaction, we have taken an example saying that a person A makes a contract with the X person to purchase $1,000 at the rate of 76 rupees for 1 month. So that means he wants to purchase $1,000 after 1 month. So for that, he made a direct contract with the X person. That is the forward contract. No issue. But coming into the future, here you cannot directly make a contract with the X person. Here you need to make a contract through exchange itself only. That is the first difference between the forward and the future. Now, coming into the amount, the total quantity that you have purchased is $1,000. That is your requirement. Based on that, you made a contract with the X person. But in future, that is not possible. Whatever the size lot that is available in the market, that itself only you need to make it. In India, the size lot is available in a multiples of 1 lakh. That means if you want to enter into a contract to purchase a dollar, means the minimum amount that you need to purchase is 1 lakh dollar itself only. You cannot make a contract saying that I want $1,000, $2,000 or $50,000. That is not available in the future contract. That is the difference between the forward and the future. Coming into the settlement, here also in the future contract, it is available for 1 month contract, 2 month contract, and 3 months contract. Based on the type of contract that you have entered, your settlement dates will be there. If you are entered for 1 month, the settlement dates will be after 1 month. If you are entered 2 months future contract, means the settlement dates will be after 2 months. If you are entered 3 months future contract, means your settlement dates will be after 3 months only. Next, we'll go to the option transaction and the settlement dates. Here in the option transaction, the contract holder gives the right but not the obligations. Let's understand the meaning of it with an example. The same example which we have taken previously. A person A enters a contract with X to purchase a 1 lakh dollar at the rate of 76 rupees after 1 month. He entered a contract through exchange itself only. This is the future transaction. Now the question is, after 1 month, if the price in the market increases to 78 or 80 or anything above 76, obviously A will purchase from X, because if we go and purchase in the market, it will be 78 or 80. But if we purchase from X, it will be only 76 only. He will purchase it. But if the price in the market reduces to 74, whether A will purchase from X? No, because if we go and purchase in the market, he will get it at 74 itself only. Why he needs to go to X and needs to pay at 76? Now, if he doesn't purchase us, X will be under the loss. Now, how we are going to solve the losses that both the party is going to incur when the price fluctuate? For that, we have an option contract. In the option contract, a person makes a contract with the X for the same 1 lakh dollar at the rate of 76, that is going to purchase after 1 month. But he needs to pay some premium to get the right. What is that right means? It is up to him whether to purchase or not. To get that right, he needs to pay premium for X. That is what the definition says. A person who holds the contract have got the right but not the obligation. X cannot force A to purchase the dollar. If A makes a contract to buy, that is call option. If A makes a contract to sell, that is sell option. Usually option contract will be for 3 months. That means the settlement date will be after 3 months only. Now we'll move on to the last transaction, that is the swap transaction in the Forex market. And we'll also discuss the settlement dates. Swaps are nothing but an exchange of two payment streams. Swaps can be arranged directly between two parties or through third party also, usually an intermediary or a financial institution. It involves a simultaneous borrowing and lending of two different currencies between two investors. Let's understand this meaning with an example. Say ABC company and US having a subsidiary in India, that is ABC India. The same way, an XYZ Indian company having an US subsidiary, that is XYZ US company. Now both the company, that is XYZ US and ABC India, wants money for their future development. Say for an example, XYZ US want $1 million or 10 lakh dollar for their future development. Same way, ABC Indian company wants 7 crore for their future development. US ABC company, they can raise in US itself only worth of 7 crore, which is required for the ABC India at a rate of 6%. But the problem is they can raise only in the dollar, then they need to convert into rupees later on. they are facing a exchange rate risk. The same way XYZ Indian company, they can raise 1 million worth dollar in India itself only at the rate of 12%, but they need to convert into dollar. They are also facing a problem of exchange rate risk. US ABC company, if they raise in India worth around 7 crore, they need to pay 14%. Whereas if India XYZ company raises in US, they need to pay at 8%. Now, how to solve the problem of both the company? USABC company, if they raises money in India, they will pay 14%. Whereas for the same amount, Indian ABC company, they can get at 12%. The same way, XYZ US company, if they raise $1 million, they will need to pay at 8%. The same amount can be raised by US ABC company at a 6% only. Now, what they can do, both can come to a mutual agreement and they can make a contract. What is that contract? US company, they can borrow from a lender one worth around 1 million at 6%, and they can transfer it to XYZ US company. The same way, Indian XYZ company, they can raise 7 crore from a lender to for 5 years only. This also it is for 5 years only. They can lend it to ABC Indian company. Indian XYZ company, simultaneously it is borrowing from lender to and it is lending to ABC Indian company. The same way US ABC company is borrowing from lender 1 and lending to XYZ US company. Whether simultaneously they are doing or not, this is what the swap transaction, which involves the simultaneously the borrowing and lending of two different currency between two investor. Now coming to the settlement date here, since the contract has been made for 5 years, the settlement will be after the 5 years. We have taken an example, that's all. It's all depends upon the contract maturity. These are the some of the different types of transaction that we can see in the Forex market. Thank you for watching this video. We'll meet again. Until then, thank you.